The Dying Light franchise has carved out a distinct niche in the survival horror genre. The series is celebrated for its innovative blend of fluid parkour, brutal first-person melee combat, and a terrifying day-night cycle that dramatically alters gameplay. Fans have eagerly awaited the next evolution of this unique formula. Dying Light: The Beast, an anticipated standalone title from Techland, promises a fresh yet familiar approach to the series' core tenets, aiming to deliver a focused and intense experience. One of the significant draws for longtime fans is the return of Kyle Crane, the beloved protagonist of the first Dying Light game, once again voiced by Roger Craig Smith. Crane's ambiguous fate at the conclusion of the first game's expansion, The Following, left many questions unanswered, and the Beast is poised to provide crucial narrative resolutions, delving deeper into his story. The game's development path is notable. It was initially conceived as a DLC pack for Dying Light 2: Stay Human. However, after its main story was leaked by hackers in 2023, Techland made the strategic decision to transform it into a standalone game. This pivot signifies a substantial expansion in scope and ambition beyond its initial plans. This decision, initially considered a DLC for Dying Light 2 and then converted into a standalone game, especially after its story was leaked, indicates a deliberate reevaluation of Techland's approach. This move, coupled with the return of Kyle Crane, the original game's protagonist who was met with enthusiasm within the studio, suggests a concerted effort to directly address the core fanbase's desires. The game is described as a compact experience, shorter than both Dying Light and Dying Light 2, featuring a linear narrative. These characteristics, along with the developer's stated goal to recapture the fear and survival essence of the first game, clearly indicate Techland is steering the franchise back towards its original roots, perhaps to address some of the feedback regarding Dying Light 2, such as its branching narrative structure. The offering of the game for free to Ultimate Edition owners of Dying Light 2 further reinforces this as a gesture of goodwill, valuing long-term community support. Techland has explicitly stated their ambitious goal for the Beast to be the best Dying Light game we've ever released. This declaration underscores a clear commitment to quality and a desire to meet and even exceed high fan expectations. The game is scheduled for release on September 19, 2025 for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S. The narrative of Dying Light: The Beast begins 13 years after the events of the original Dying Light. Kyle Crane, the familiar protagonist, has returned. He's infected with a variant of the virus that has turned much of the world's population into zombies, but crucially, he has retained his autonomy. During this prolonged period, Kyle has been subjected to brutal experimentation by a mysterious and villainous warlord known simply as the Baron. Having escaped captivity, Kyle's primary motivation is a deep-seated desire for revenge against the Baron for the torture he endured.
With sense, reason, and intellect, has intended us to forego their use. He has gifted us the means to decipher the code of nature, and it's our highest purpose we must strive to accomplish. I only answer to this divine calling. And you.
This personal vendetta forms the core emotional and narrative driving force of the game. Crane's experiences have profoundly changed him. He's depicted as older, more haunted, and driven by a strong desire for revenge. His genetic enhancements, a direct result of the Baron's experiments, grant him superhuman abilities, allowing him to enter a temporary feral state dubbed as Beast Mode, which will be central to his combat prowess. The primary setting for Dying Light: The Beast is Castor Woods, a former rural tourist destination that is, as expected, completely overrun by zombies. This marks a significant departure from the urban environments of previous Dying Light titles. The game's environment is diverse, featuring hilly forests, treacherous swampland surrounding a central river, and majestic steep mountains. While the game will include at least one cityscape with a distinct European aesthetic, the bulk of the map is set in this untamed wilderness. This world is described as a Swiss Alps-inspired valley with various biomes, including a touristic town, an industrial area, a national park, farm fields, and swamps, all rendered with breathtaking next-gen visuals that showcase both beauty and decay. The shift to a rural setting is more than just a cosmetic change. It's a fundamental design decision that directly impacts core gameplay, particularly the series' signature parkour element. By limiting the usual rooftop parkour capabilities, Techland forces players to adapt their movement strategies, making the environment itself a dynamic challenge. This change, coupled with advanced atmospheric effects such as dynamic weather and the deliberate contrast of natural beauty with pervasive decay, indicates a concerted effort to deepen player immersion and enhance the survival horror aspect. In this game, the environment becomes an active antagonist, constantly demanding player ingenuity and significantly contributing to the overall tension and atmosphere. Dying Light the Beast sticks to its roots as a first-person melee-focused game, where every blow lands with impactful force and satisfying feedback. Players will wield a wide array of weapon types, from improvised tools to more traditional armaments. A significant enhancement is the new gore and brutality system, which makes combat viscerally impactful. Zombies quite literally fall apart when attacked, with detailed damage models showcasing dismembered limbs and tearing skin layers, providing gruesome yet satisfying visual feedback. While melee combat is core, firearms, including rifles and bows, appear to gain a more strategic focus as the game progresses, offering players more diverse options for engaging enemies beyond close-quarters brawls. Stealth mechanics have also been refined, with a return of the ability to smear oneself in zombie guts to mask human scent, a simple yet highly effective tool for silently avoiding or methodically eliminating hordes. Players can further refine their combat style through weapon modifications and a skill tree that unlocks new perks and moves, such as the series' signature dropkick. The series' acclaimed parkour system makes a full return, allowing players to fluidly climb, jump, and traverse almost any obstacle in the environment. However, the shift to the rural setting of Castorwood significantly alters how parkour is utilized. Rooftop escapes are significantly less commonplace compared to the urban sprawl of previous games. Players will need to adapt their movement strategies, often seeking scalable buildings for respite or heading towards water to slow pursuing zombie hordes. Beast Mode, from which the game takes its name, is a significant new gameplay mechanic. Kyle Crane's genetic enhancements allow him to enter this temporary feral state, gaining powerful superhuman abilities. These include launching devastating bare-handed attacks, hurling environmental objects at enemies for massive damage, and performing extended leaps to cover significant distances or bypass obstacles. This mode is activated once a dedicated bar fills, typically during prolonged melee combat. A specialized skill tree for Beast Mode allows players to unlock new moves and, crucially, gain the ability to transform into Beast Mode by choice, rather than simply when the bar is full. This progression signifies Kyle's increasing mastery over his newfound, monstrous abilities. Initial preview impressions describe Beast Mode as fun to play and a nice change of pace, allowing players to temporarily turn the tables on overwhelming zombie hordes. Its utility extends beyond combat, as its extended leap ability can even be used to bypass certain parkour challenges. The series' signature day-night cycle, a core element of its survival horror identity, makes a return. During daylight hours, zombies are generally slower and less aggressive. However, as night falls, they become significantly more aggressive and hostile, transforming the environment into a far more perilous place. Resource management is emphasized by the non-durability of weapons and vehicles, forcing players to constantly scavenge for new tools and adapt their combat scenarios. This design choice reinforces the survival aspect and encourages resourceful gameplay. Night is described as nearly impossible to see, forcing players to sparingly use their flashlight and rely on audio cues from the much more dangerous nighttime terrors to navigate their patrol paths. This element is specifically designed to cater to longtime fans who enjoyed the intense fear and tension of the first game's nights. For those who prefer to face the horrors with allies, Dying Light the Beast supports 4-player cooperative multiplayer, allowing friends to explore the dangerous Castor Woods and tackle its challenges as a team. Olivier Derivière, the BAFTA-nominated and multi-award-winning French composer known for his interactive and innovative soundtracks, including Dying Light 2 Stay Human and the A Plague Tale series, returns to score the Beast. The Beast's soundtrack takes a distinct approach, moving away from explicit storytelling to focus more on reflecting Kyle Crane's emotions, his profound loneliness, and the transformative impact of his experiences. Derivière's artistic vision for the Beast is described as visceral, brutal, and gutsplay-ish. He employs a minimalistic style, favoring raw, organic sounds over traditional orchestral arrangements. This is achieved through the use of live guitars, played by Gianni Casarato, known for unique sounds crafted with numerous pedals, and acoustic drums, played by Julien Lautlier. Derivière explicitly pursued no notes, just noise for parts of the soundtrack, aiming to create an aggressive yet warm, unsettling yet powerful auditory experience that emphasizes Kyle's power. As detailed previously, the evolution of Dying Light the Beast from a DLC pack for Dying Light 2 to a full standalone game, particularly after its story leak, underscores Techland's adaptability and significant commitment to the project potential. Despite being described as a compact experience with a main story around 20 hours, the game is priced at $60 US, indicating Techland believes it offers substantial value and a focused, high-quality experience. They have stated their intent to ensure it is worth its price. In a significant gesture of community appreciation, all owners of the Ultimate Edition of Dying Light 2 Stay Human will receive the Beast for free, automatically appearing in their game library upon release. Initially planned for an August 2025 release, Dying Light the Beast was subsequently delayed to September 19, 2025 for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S versions. Techland explicitly stated this delay was to allow for extra polishing work and to ensure they deliver on their promise to make the Beast the best Dying Light game we've ever released. Dying Light the Beast appears to be a strategic and deliberate pivot by Techland to refine the franchise's identity. By leaning into what made the first game so compelling, intense survival horror, visceral combat, and a strong personal protagonist, while introducing impactful new mechanics like Beast Mode and a fresh environment, Techland aims to re-establish the series' core appeal. The decision to adopt a linear narrative and a compact experience signals a more cohesive and impactful approach to storytelling, with the potential to set a new, clearer canonical narrative direction for the Dying Light universe and establish a firm foundation for future installments. By prioritizing a polished launch, indicated by the delay, and offering the game as a goodwill gesture to Dying Light 2 Ultimate Edition owners, the Beast aims to be a high-quality, satisfying entry for fans that could reignite interest in the franchise and set a strong, positive precedent for Dying Light's future trajectory.
Dying Light the Beast. Wishlist now.